Meeting in midfield for tonight's coin toss are the captains representing the Tigers and the Vikings. Captains for the Vikings, number 5, Ken and Hale, number 10, Nicholas Stefari, number 20, Jaden Wright, number 54, Bryce Paulson, and number 64, Ty Lillywhite. Captains for your Orem Golden Tigers, number 5, Lance Reynolds, number 6, Boston Henry, number 18, Cole Johnson, and number 19, Mac Hickson. Tonight's game is being officiated by members of the Utah High School Football Officials Association. Each official has been certified by the Utah High School Activities Association. Tonight's referee is Lyle Mangum, the umpire Brad Crowler, the head linesman Chris Anderson, the line judge A.J. Horton, and the back judge Victor Tarleton. The Vikings won the toss and have deferred their choice to the second half. So to begin tonight's game, the Tigers will be receiving the opening kickoff and defending the goal to the north. Hey everybody, let's bring them on out, your Orem Golden Tigers! Kicking off for the Vikings, number 33. Deep to receive the kick for the Tigers, number 1, Faleti Ayongi. And the kick is into the end zone for the automatic touchback. Tigers will begin 1st and 10 at their own 20. The play. Thatcher Kuhn making the tackle for the Vikings. Second down. That shuttle's pass complete to the Tigers number 30, Patrick Hervey. That's good for a Tiger first down. The ball spotted in Viking territory. Michael Mickelson making the defensive play. 34 yards on the reception. First and 10 from the Viking 42. Trutoa the carry. 7-yard gain. Second down. Have a penalty flag before the play. Illegal substitution correction. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed against the Tigers. That moves the ball back to midfield. It'll be first and 18. Correction, it's second down, 18 yards to go for the first down. Trutoa, the ball carrier, picking up 2 yards. Third down, 16. Reynolds pass intended for the Tigers number 3, Asher Young. Ken Hale defending for the Vikings. Leaves the Tigers with a fourth down. And Iasu Matina on to punt the ball away for the Tigers. Tread Powell will be deep to receive the kick for the Vikings.
There we go.
McKeenan's punt down inside the 5-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. The pass from Stiglitz to Ferry complete to number 2, Sean Cottle. Asher Young making the tackle for the Tigers. Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down. Ferry's pass complete to number 5, Cannon Hale. That play good for a Viking 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 18. Cale McCoy with the reception. Aiden Brown making the tackle. 8-yard gain on the play. 2nd down.
Nice.
Wade Christiansen picking up the 1st down. Caden Sowell making the tackle for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the Viking 28. Cannon Hale, the intended receiver. Amaniano defending for the Tigers. 2nd down. The pass complete to Cannon Hale for a Viking 1st down. Tim Toa making the tackle for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the Viking 39. Pass complete to Brasher Warner. Gain of 8 on the play. It's 2nd down. Pass complete to Cannon Hale, and that play good for a Viking first down. Aiden Brown making the defensive play for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the Orem 43. With timeout on the field, the timeout charge to the Tigers, their first timeout of the half.
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, with a sound like, with a sound like, with a sound like.
It was Safari dropped for a 9-yard loss by the Tigers' number 40, Tim Toa. Second down.
Empty. No. Pick it! Yeah! Woo!
Safari's pass intercepted by the Tigers' number 40, Tim Toa. On the turnover, 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Pleasant Grove 44-yard line. Trutoa on the carry. 4-yard gain on the play. Second down.
I don't think anybody took it.
That pass intended for the Tigers, number 3, Asher Young. Jaden Wright defending for the Vikings. There's a penalty flag on the play. Reynolds pass complete to number 2, Roger Saliapaga. inside the 10-yard line, but there is a penalty flag on the play. Personal foul penalty called against the Vikings. That penalty marks the ball at the 3-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Correction, 1st and goal for the Tigers.
I saw that going differently in my mind.
Easy money. Counter. Oh, it's counter look.
Shane Cottle with the 91-yard touchdown reception.
Did he get a counter look and threw out of it? They gave a counter look.
On to attempt the extra point, number 33.
And then threw. Yeah, they put a guard tackle and a back on it.
The kick is good. And with 3 minutes, 54 seconds to play in the first quarter, the score, your Orem Tigers 0, the Pleasant Grove Vikings 7.
Come on, bring it in. Who are we?
Tigers!
What?
Tigers!
All right, let's break someone's clavicle on 3. 1, 2, 3. Break someone's clavicle! Hit the field. Let's go.
The Vikings being assessed on the kickoff. Vikings will kick from the 25-yard line. Kicking for Pleasant Grove, number 33. Need to receive the kick for the Tigers, number 1, Faleti Ayongi. Ayongi returning the kick across the 50-yard line to the 48. That's where the Tigers will begin, 1st and 10. Any outside the team of the ball carrier for the Tigers, picking up 2 yards. Jaden Wright making the tackle. 2nd down. Anyhow, so Matina with the carry. Riker Mickelson making the tackle. Third down, 3 yards to go for the 1st down. Jacob Momoto, the intended receiver. Penalty flag on the play. An official indication is a holding penalty against the Tigers. Officials will spot the ball at the Orem 49-yard line. Be 3rd down and 13. Reynolds pass complete to the Tigers number 2, Roger Saliapaga. That plays good for a Tiger 1st down. Roger Saliapaga, the intended receiver. Ryder Mickelson defending. 2nd down. Pass complete to number 21, True Toa. Third down. Reynolds pass complete to Roger Saliapaga, but there is a penalty flag on the field. Holding penalty against the Tigers, plus holding penalty against the Vikings. We'll play third down again. Reynolds' pass falls incomplete, brings up a fourth down. Snap going over Reynolds' head. Ball recovered in Viking territory at the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
I saw that going differently in my mind.
Sean Cottle, the intended receiver. That pass broken up by the Tigers' number 6, Boston Henry. Second down. Sean Cuttle, the intended receiver. That pass broken up by the Tigers' number 9, Ammon Ayano. There's a penalty flag on the play. Official indication is a holding penalty against the Vikings. That penalty moves the ball to the 37-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 25 for the Vikings.
Empty. Got him. Oh. Nice job.
Severi's pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 25 yards to go for the first down.
Bring yours back and go get him, boys.
Pass complete to number 6, McKay Peterson. Correction, Mackay Peterson. Stumble short of the first down by the Tigers, number 15, Dallin Heel. It'll be 4th down for the Vikings. But that play will end the first quarter with your score: the Orem Golden Tigers 0, the Pleasant Grove Vikings 7. Hey fans, don't forget, at the break, stop by the
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, with a sound like, with a sound like, with a sound like.
The kick from Gabriel McCoy, taken by the Tigers, number 32, Samson Kali'i. He's tackled at the 1-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Trutoa picking up 5 yards. 2nd down. Lance Reynolds tackled in the end zone for the safety. Tua Wolfgram making the tackle. Two points for the Vikings. So with 10:59 to play in the first half, the Pleasant Grove Vikings lead the Orem Tigers 9-0. William Frankham, Riker Milkelson back to receive the kick for the Vikings. Frankham takes the kick to the 27-yard line, correction 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
What's the counter? Counter. What's the counter? Face mask.
Ray Christiansen on the carry. There is a penalty flag on the play. Five-yard face mask penalty. Moves the ball to the 32-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 5 for the Vikings.
You got 10 on there. We have 10. You got 10.
Pass complete to number 17, William Frankham. That's good for a Viking first down. Boston Dastrup making the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 40. Jaden Wright picking up 2 yards. Tim Toa making the tackle. 2nd down. William Frankham, the receiver. Eddie Matina making the tackle. Third down, 4 yards to go for the first down. Pass complete to Cannon Hale, and that's good for a Viking first down. Boston Dasher making the tackle. First and 10 for the Vikings from the Orem from the Pleasant Grove 41-yard line. Sean Cottle, the intended receiver. Second down.
Base money?
Pass complete to number 34, Hayden Stuckey. He's knocked out of bounds by number 43, Inyasa Matina. Penalty flag on the play, face mask penalty, personal foul face mask penalty against the Tigers. That penalty moved the ball to the 21-yard line where it'll be first and 10 for the Vikings. We have a timeout on the field. This timeout charged to the Tigers, their second timeout of the half. Don't let an injury keep you out of the competition. Twenty-yard pass to Jaden Wright, good for the Viking touchdown. On to attempt the extra point, number 33. The kick is no good. So with 8 minutes, 2 seconds to The 40-yard line before he's finally tackled by the kicker, number 33. First and 10 for the Tigers from their own 41-yard line. Pass complete to number 2, Roger Saleapaga. That played good for 12 yards and a Tiger first down. Ball across midfield at the Viking 46-yard line. Valetti Ayongi, the intended receiver. Gabriel McCoy defending. Second down. Valetti Ayongi, the intended receiver. Gabriel McCoy defending. Third down, 10 yards to go for the first down.
You're right there by Corey.
Reynolds' pass falls incomplete. Penalty flag on the field. Intentional grounding penalty against the Tigers. That's a 5-yard penalty and loss of down. Fourth down. Eniasa Matina on to punt the ball away. Jaden Wright waiting for the kick. And we have a timeout on the field. This timeout charged to the Vikings, their first timeout of the half. There is a penalty flag on the play as well. Legal block in the back, assist against the Tigers. Moves the ball to the 38-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Wade Christiansen on the carry, picking up a Viking 1st down. Dawson Henry making the tackle. 1st and 10 from the Orem 49. Christiansen on the carry. Gain of 3. 2nd down.
Okay.
Pass complete to William Frankham. 3rd and 4 for the Vikings. Pass complete to Sean Cottle, and that play good for a Viking 1st down. Aiden Brown making the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 25.
Overloaded, unbalanced.
Jaden Wright, 25 yards for the Viking touchdown. Timeout on the field. This timeout charged to the Vikings, their 2nd timeout of the half.
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, with a sound like, with a sound like, with a sound like. 3, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
So the Tigers begin 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Okay.
True Toil on the carry. Gain of 3. Gabriel McCoy making the tackle. It's 2nd down. Now it's pass complete to number 2, Roger Saliapaga. That's good for a Tiger 1st down. Ball spotted at the Orem 48. Pass complete to number 3, Asher Young. 5 yards on the reception. It's 2nd down. Roger Saliapaga, the intended receiver. Leaves the Tigers with a 3rd down, 5 yards to go for the 1st down. Attention, would the mini cheerleaders please meet at the southwest side of the stands? Reynolds pass complete to number 2, Roger Saliapaga. That's good for a Tiger 1st down. Ball spotted at the Pleasant Grove 35. Respotted the ball and now at the 34. Roger Saliapaga, the intended receiver. Defending for the Vikings, number 7, Gabriel McCoy. 2nd down. Pass complete to Roger Saliapaga. Third down and 4.
Why are we huddling?
Timeout taken on the field. This timeout charged to the Vikings. Their third and final timeout of the half. Hey fans, don't forget at halftime, there's lots of delicious refreshments available at the concession stands.
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day long! All night long! Offense line! Defense line! With the sound line! With the sound line! With the sound line! 3, 1, 2, 3! Let's go!
Lance Reynolds dropped for a loss by the Viking defense. Loss of 12 yards on the play. Timeout on the field. This timeout charged to the Tigers. Their third and final timeout of the half. Fourth and 16 for your Tigers. The pass falls incomplete, and that play ends the first half with the score. Your Orem Golden Tigers 0, the Pleasant Grove Vikings 23.
With the feeling! With the feeling! We defend like all day like all night like offense like defense like we the sound like we the sound like we the sound like. Three, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Future Orem High cheerleaders.
Lauren did that. There's probably like 25 girls. It's like to be a little human and just be picked up and moved. We all went through it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for the future Orem High cheerleaders. Again, sponsored by Aspen Blinds, Geneva Hydraulics, Chapbooks, All-Star Garage Doors, McWayne Ductile, Lawrence Wealth Management, Wholesale Windows and Doors, and Hooks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, Orem Dance Company. ODC is directed by Chelsea Alley and led by Student Presidency, Emily Hancock, Elise Scarda, Janella Torres, Kendall Thomas, and Sabrina Hardman. The dance this evening was choreographed by ODC and OHS alumni, Gabby and Allie Ducher. Let's give it up for ODC.
Yeah,
Turn me on, YC.
JT. I don't want to hear that. In the bag, I cover my ears. I hop in the little freaking ears. I need to smash this face. Wait, which like hurricane? Hellcat, it's the SRT. Doing a WAG 60 feet. Make a 55 suck day T. You wanna put a new body? Man, you can't with me. Came from the bottom, from the bed to the sugar rope. Ain't saying a thing, period. Together, when you see me, and what you fin do? Hold on, big hen, I need that big too. This one like, yeah, Kenya. London, wait for the same way. Come here, boy. Oh, chat, oh, tree rich, pay your wallet. Yeah, have it. You hit. Any man, oh, tell that too.
All the homies in here, what I mean, better than shit, what I mean. Way back, don't see the cut. When we do a thing, say we do it like that. We'll take the shot, elbows up, don't take the shot. Elbows up, take the shot, elbows up, take the shot. We'll take the shot, elbows up, don't take the shot. Elbows up, take the shot, elbows up.
So you doing this? How did you know where you from? How did you know where you from? Where you from? With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, with a sound like, with a sound like, with a sound like. Let's go, 3, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see.
Last play of the game. Snap, Tanner. Back pedal. Sprint out to the right. Got time. Loads up. Launches it. Goes for the end zone. The ball's in the air. It drops at the goal line. I think he caught it for a touchdown. He got it. He got
The second half of play, the Tigers will be kicking off and defending the goal to the north. Kicking off for the Tigers, number 22, Kaue Akana. Deep to receive the kick for the Vikings, number 17, William Frankham. And number 25, Wade Christiansen.
Which we could do if we had a YouTube. We just have. They sold it. They sold it for exchange for pizza, so the crew gets fed every game. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But they have to go to the pizza place before the game to get fed, and then they go to the game.
Oh, so they don't deliver. They don't deliver. Why would they? Oh, that's
outside kick.
Okay, they're trying to go all in.
Onside kick fielded by the Vikings, number 31, Matthew Morris.
I swear, I saw that movie Nope, and now I just look up at Cloud.
He's tackled at the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
I can't say anything if you haven't seen it, but it's good. You haven't seen Nope was the first one I've seen, but I'm very aware of his other two movies. But it's good.
I have them on my watch list, but
For sure.
my wife doesn't like scary movies.
Yeah.
Empty.
So I tend to like have to find time to watch it by myself.
Yeah.
I don't even know when I'm by myself. Sleep, yeah, if I'm home by myself, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Sean Cottle, the intended receiver. And my only defending for the Tigers. Second down.
Game time. So he's going to do just a little bit of you play on the top.
So, Pleasant Grove Vikings lining up at take this snap after second assignment after failed outside kick. Handing it off to the left.
Holding!
Out at the 40-yard line. Down getting returns to about 2nd and 7.
Alex did great on that.
Not a lot of run game.
Jaden Wright on the carry. Run out of bounds after a 1-yard gain. That leaves the Vikings with a third down, 9 yards to go for the first down.
You can just talk out of your ass about whatever strategy they might be trying. You could be dead wrong. Oh, that's big.
Pass complete to Mekhi Peterson. Making the touchdown saving tackle for the Tigers, number 13, Harrison Barker. First and 10 for the Vikings on the Orem 13. Severi's pass ball is incomplete. Second down.
There's like no concept that's too basic to illustrate out. It's like them on their 14-yard line. That's really bad for Orem. There's not a lot of space to work. You just like say something obvious and then add like one point of nuance and you sound really smart.
Severi's pass good for a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 5 from the 8.
Obvious stuff, but it's like so obvious, but I don't know, people just like hearing it from someone else because they'll be thinking it, and then they hear it from, oh, that's big PI.
Oh, that's terrible! He fell down!
Pass interference, but it was a pretty impactful ball.
That pass intended for number 3, Kale McCoy. The rear penalty flags on the play. Pass interference penalty on the Tigers. Moves the ball inside the 5-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Vikings.
Big commentators who do like NFL games, they'll just say the most obvious stuff sometimes. And like if you really think about it, they don't need to say it, but it's like filling the air. And when you don't have someone on the sideline, you kind of need as much stuff to fill the air. That's when it counts. That's when
Jaden Wright, 5 yards for the Viking touchdown. On to attempt the point after for the Vikings, number 33.
So 29-0.
And the extra point attempt blocked by the Tigers, number 2, Roger Salayapaga.
Oh, yeah.
So with 10 minutes, 22 seconds to kick into the end zone. Automatic touchback. Tigers begin 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, with a sound like, with a sound like, with a sound like. Three, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Every drive counts because you only get so many. And that one bounced outside by True Co-op. That's that green side, and he's going to take it about 8 or 9 yards. And that's a pretty good sign to start with, making it work on the running.
Trutoa on the carry.
That's what they did.
Gain of 9.
They made the run game work.
Trevin Gates making the tackle for the Vikings.
That's what once they're watching for the handoff, play action, they bite just a little bit harder. And the linebackers come down, makes the middle of the field way easier to work with. Now, one thing that's helpful is you got to try to step on top of him a little bit. That's his signal to shut up. Yeah, if you just go like, if you like pretend like you're about to say something, if you have something to say, just like start
Reynolds
to say
pass intended for number 12, Boston Salamak.
and my thoughts even the Thursday before the play starts. So,
Gabriel McCoy defending for the Vikings. 3rd and 1.
yeah. We can even step on each other just a little bit or agree or different things like that. Oh yeah, because the idea of announcer is feeling like you have someone with you watching the game. You know, it feels like when I don't know. Chris Collinsworth, that one's one of my favorites. He's got one of those. That's a big pile. Until they landed on him from behind. Because he went like White hat said he was
Fumble on the play. That fumble recovered by the Vikings.
Inconceivable! You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
On the turnover, the Vikings begin 1st and 10. Ball spotted at their own, or at the Tiger 23-yard line.
I doubt that was in the playbook. I'll just say that. I don't think that was what was intended. Year 33? So, Vikings got the ball again. Offense barely got any time off the field. And they're looking to make quick work of these 23 yards for another score. And getting ready to snap the ball. Oh, and that ball is snapped high, and he's just got a ball on that and and that's going to set them back.
Snap going over Stafari's head.
15 yards. So mistakes going both ways.
Loss of 12 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, you can just be like absolutely cruel. You can just like, because they don't hear you, the coaches don't hear you. They're not going to go back and listen to you.
They're imposing their will on
They're
playing Pleasant Grove game, right? Pleasant Grove is running the show.
yeah, they're controlling every bit of the game. I barely feel like I have to say it anymore.
Wade Christiansen on the carry.
These holes have only opened more in the Orem defense since halftime. So
Knocked out of bounds by the Tigers, number 6, Boston Henry. Third down, 5 yards to go for the first down. Pass complete to Cale McCoy. That's good for a Viking first down. Be first and goal to go from the 10. Penalty flags before the play. Be a false start penalty against the Vikings. First and goal to go from the 15. Loss on the play. Third and goal to go from the 22.
Arkansas what? Yeah. The one thing Pleasant Grove just doesn't have to do is get complacent.
Double blast?
If they let Orem back into this game, they can throw it deep. They got tall guys that can just go up there and get it. So they got to make sure that they keep this game under their thumb.
And before the play, we have a timeout. Timeout charged to the Vikings, their first timeout of the second half.
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day like, all night like, offense like, defense like, with a sound like, with a sound like, with a sound like. 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Second and goal from the 22.
Their game is all time. Like, they have extended breaks where nobody talks. This year, they had like a Colorado Rockies game with no commentary. They did a game with no commentary.
Cannon Hale, the intended receiver. Simpson Kali'i defending for the Tigers. Third and goal to go.
jabbering on about whatever. Probably just talking about the life. And then we walked out. I took him. Did you see that game where who was it? Was it the Blue Jays? They just beat up on the Red Sox?
Cale McCoy, the receiver. Emanado making the tackle. 4th and goal to go from the 20. Nicholas Stefari to Cale McCoy. 20 yards for the Viking touchdown. But there is a penalty flag on the field.
Don't worry about correcting yourself because it happens all the time. Like, there's an entire compilation on YouTube of NFL announcers mispronouncing people's names, and it's like 15 minutes long. Yeah. You were up 7 minutes. Let's get it. Yeah, let's go. I'll just stay. Should I just wait until the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send him up, and then you'll have a
Dead ball penalty against the Tigers, personal foul. Number 33 on to attempt the extra point.
And that one's blocked. But flag, probably offsides.
Block kicked, but there is a flag on the play. A penalty against the Tigers. Up distance to the goal. Vikings back on the field for a 2-point conversion.
Oh, he got there!
Nicholas Stefari in for the 2-point conversion. So with 6 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. The score, Orem Tigers 0, Pleasant Grove Vikings 37. After the personal foul penalty against the Tigers, ball spotted at the 45-yard line, the Orem 45-yard line, where number 33 will kick off for the Vikings. Number 33's kick into the end zone for the automatic touchback. 1st and 10 for your Tigers. Trutoa, the intended receiver.
And also knocking in the way.
Pass ball is incomplete.
That's so addicting. That's so fun.
Yeah, right?
I know. I was a little nervous at first, and then I kind of.
Oh yeah, you just like get into a groove where you just kind of forget that you're talking over the air or anything. Like I yell at the screen a lot during football games, so like I'm a natural talent. I'd say I was born for this.
I was worried that I get very emotional in football.
Oh really?
And I was thinking, deep shot,
Oh,
deep
that
shot,
is a
number
big
one.
one.
I don't think he got his hand in.
Reynolds pass complete to number 1, Faletti Iongi, but unfortunately he was out of bounds.
At this point, now, Orem's
3rd down, 10 yards to go for the 1st down.
start getting some things rolling for next week.
Hey, 28-3 disappeared in 15 minutes. They've got about 16 to make this happen, and it's high school football, so anything can happen.
9 more points and 4 more minutes.
Yeah, sure. We can just, yeah. It's the one thing you can't do is count yourself out. That's for sure.
Rolls to his right, deep throw, number 30. And he couldn't locate the ball, incomplete pass.
Just ran a little too far.
That pass intended for the Tigers, number 30, Patrick Hervey.
Plus, he had like about 4 white jerseys around him. So
4th down.
You can just see Orem starting to get desperate. They're taking shots down the field.
and it's 4th and 10, and they're looking like they're punting.
Eddie Matina on to kick the ball away for the Tigers.
Absolutely ineffectual drive there, didn't go anywhere. And Orem gotta make better use of their drives because you only get so many. And once you're in that range of we don't have enough drives.
And they fake it, and they're running. They're gonna.
And if he gets
They're
past
gonna
the
get
first
it.
down.
They're gonna mark him at
And on the fake punt, Eddie Matina picking up the Tiger, 1st down.
All right, well I guess they did it.
14 yards on the fake.
Yep, yeah.
1st and 10 from the Orem 34.
They approved me wrong, and that's just the way it is. You know, you can never actually predict anything. We pretend that we have a handle on the chaos that is before us, but really, it's the one throwing us around and making us dance to whatever winds it enjoys. And that looked like a pitch option there, and that one's gonna be run down about 2-3 yards past.
Lance Reynolds on a keeper.
Yeah, I thought it would go further. And it looks like they're going to run the no huddle here, so.
Gain of 4.
The time they've got left. That's definitely going to be holding on 58 there. Pressure coming in, didn't want it to get to his QB, and that's just going to be holding on the offense.
push the Tigers back 10 yards.
Yep. And that one, clear as day, you know, had pressure.
Penalty on the Tigers, holding penalty.
I think just to sum up this game so far,
Nullifies the reception.
yeah, Orem came out of the game hot. They got down to the goal line and they ran the ball to the right side.
And the official spot the ball at the 25-yard line.
And it's just been all downhill from there. Just haven't been able to regain any confidence.
Second and 19.
That sort of was the moment that's probably the moment that would define this game. Vikings came right back and scored a huge touchdown on the very next play.
Two sacks in the backfield.
That just came in from both sides and up the middle, nowhere to go. Perfect execution of the defensive line.
Lance Reynolds dropped for a loss.
Quarterback counter came off, so we have to go off for a play.
Making it hit him that hard, doesn't that?
Yeah. Making it third and
Third down, 22 yards to go for the first down.
I love those little comments where it's kind of like say something. Yeah, it's an addiction. Like my entire Friday schedule is clear for this.
And we have a penalty flag on the play.
I was like, you know what? Football.
Delayed game penalty on the Tigers.
I was already doing football. I seriously, like, getting paid to do this is just like, whatever, man. I'll quit my job. I don't care. I'll keep doing it. I honestly think that wherever I go for, like, college, I'll try and get on the broadcast team for football. That's
Third and 30 yards to go for the first down.
and I'll just, like, get real good at it. And that's a big run up the middle, taking advantage of the big hole they left in the middle to cover the deep ball. But that's going to bring it only about 10 yards forward. And they've still got about 20 to go to convert. So
Carter to Dua on the carry. Fourth down.
fake punt. I'll just let me explain to Carson what happened. Power surge. Were they able to get the radio back up, or is this still bad? The computer one's online, but computer 2, no go. So the music's on. Yeah.
Oh, good tackle, good tackle.
Oh my gosh.
Number 18 trying to bring Orem back himself.
Jaden Wright on the carry on the return.
Oh yeah, they'll be thinking about this one. They're probably going to be practicing on Saturday, practicing on Monday, practice on home on Sunday. You know how it is.
2 days.
Yeah, for sure. And that one's going to be a screen, and it looks like that one's going to be a flag holding most likely on the offense to make that screen work.
Should be coming back.
Yeah, it should. That one should.
Pass
be coming
complete to
back.
Sean Cottle,
8
but there is a penalty flag on the field.
Oh, false start. That's one of the first ones we've seen today. Kind of late flag. Yeah. You usually see those happen straight up just immediately. But they've got 0.8 of a second left on the clock. Probably just one more play in this quarter. And I'm gonna start heading down so I can get on the actual broadcast. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks for practicing with me.
Oh yeah, no worries. It's awesome.
And that's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, your Orem Tigers 0, the Pleasant Grove Vikings 37.
Pressure coming in from Orem. Throws to his left, wide open. And what? To the 10. To the 5. Tackles at the 12 yard.
Severi's pass complete to number 2, Sean Cottle. First and goal to go from the 5. Nicholas Seferi to Brasher Warner. 5 yards for the Viking touchdown. And number 33 back on the field for the extra point. .33's kick is good.
With the feeling! With the feeling! With the feeling! All day long! All night long! Offense line! Defense line! With a sound line! With a sound line! With a sound line! Let's go! 1, 2, 3! Let's go!
For the Tigers, number 1, Faleti Ayongi.
Should be taken for a touchback.
And the kick into the end zone for the touchback. Tigers begin 1st and 10 from their own 20. The pass from Keneal Sweetwine, complete to the Tigers' number 12, Boston Salenbach. 7 yards on the reception. Jacob Momoto picking up the Tiger first down. Tua on the carry. 1 yard gain.
Shotgun formation. Deuces on both sides. We can talk that to him. Looking right, looking left, looking left. Pressure coming in, scrambling. Throws it to his halfback. He's not ready for that ball. Incompletion. Third and
Jacob Emoto, the intended receiver.
short route is taken down immediately. It'll be a gain of 4 yards, making it 4th and 5. That's 35 yards. We'll see what Orem does.
So it's pass complete to number 80, Beck Coy. 4th down, 4 yards to go for the first down.
It is incomplete, making it a turnover on downs. As the ball came in, the receiver went to the ground, throws up on it, and maintained control. Pleasant Grove will get the ball.
Braxton Wilkerson, the intended receiver. That pass ball is incomplete. And the Vikings take over on downs. 1st and 10 from the Orem 36.
Looks like a bubble screen, runs up the middle, makes a man miss, tackling at the 26-yard line, making it 2nd and 1 yard.
Mason Jensen's pass complete to number 15, James Clark. 9 yards on the reception.
Pleasant Grove, trips to his left side, coming back on his left side, Orem showing ways. They bring forward, and the quarterback makes the defensive end miss, runs in the middle, big hit. But it's enough to get the first down. First and 10 on the 23-yard line.
Mason Jensen on the keeper, picking up the first down.
Pleasant Grove coming in. Juices on both sides. Halfback to his left side. Snaps the ball. High snap. Hands it off to his halfback. Running to the right. Cuts in. And he is tackled at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, so just you basically
Hayden Stuckey on the carry. Nathan Yemen making the tackle.
Pleasant Grove in the shotgun formation. Halfback to his right. Orem showing a 4-2 formation. Hands off to his left. Running up the hole. Broken tackle. He will get to the 3-yard line. Moving the chains again.
Oh, he's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules, 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 Hercules.
Hayden Stuckey down to the 4-yard line. First and goal to go from the 4.
motion to the right. Jet sweep, but there is a flag.
And the officials blow the play dead. False start penalty against the Vikings. Make it 1st and goal to go from the 9.
Orem High, a 3-4 formation. Excuse me, a 4-3. Pleasant Grove motion to the right. Ooh, an option read. As he's going to be taken down at the 3-yard line. There is a flag on the play.
Peyton Stuckey on the carry, but there are penalty flags on the field. Holding penalty against the Vikings. That penalty moves the ball back to the 16, where it'll be 1st and goal to go from the 16.
Showing blitz. Blitz is high snap. Broken play. He is going to be tackled for a loss. The play was immediately broken. Tried to run it, but Orem was on top of it. It's going to make it 2nd and goal from the 20-yard line.
Jets have dropped for a loss by the Tigers, number 40, Tim Toa. 2nd and goal to go from the 20.
Jets immediately blown up number 23.
Oh, he's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Leading in the backfield by the Tigers, number 23, Cohen Strickland. 3rd and goal to go from the 25.
They got it to the 3-yard line, but there was a holding and other penalties that pushed Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove coming into the shotgun formation, and then trips to his right. Orem showing the 4-2, showing pressure. They bring 5, getting pressure, throw to the middle, wide open. Good tackle. They'll get to the 5-yard line, 20 yards.
Jets' pass complete to number 29. 4th and goal from the 5. And number 33 on to attempt a field goal. 22-yard attempt. The kick is good. Number 33 set to kick off to the Tigers, number 1, Faleti Ayongi. And the kick into the end zone for the automatic touchback.
I will shop this.
I put that on the max spreads. Just Caden gets Regan goes to be at the conclusion of tonight's game. Caden usurped his Did you?
Oh, dude. Screen right up the middle. He's gaining, running to his right. He's tickled, tackled. By an ocean of white.
So he runs pass complete to number 17, Jacob Amoto. That's good for a Tiger first down. However, there is a penalty flag on the field. After the penalty, 1st and 9 from the 21. Officials respot the ball. 1st and 4 from the 26. Braxton Wilkerson, the intended receiver. 2nd down. McCoy, the intended receiver. Penalty flag on the field. Pass interference penalty against the Vikings. Penalty gives the Tigers a 1st down at the 41-yard line.
They bring in 5 guys, run up the middle, just gonna run the clock out. A gain of 3 yards, and
Jacob Amoto on the carry, 3-yard gain. 2nd down. Once again, we'd like to remind fans from both teams to please stay off the playing field at the conclusion of tonight's game. Parents and fans, please stay off the playing field at the conclusion of tonight's game. And that brings to a conclusion tonight's game with the final score, the Pleasant Grove Vikings 47, your Orem Tigers 0. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your attendance tonight and for your support of Orem Golden Tiger football. We remind you that your Tigers will be back home next Friday night, 7 p.m., when we host the the Falcons from Skyridge High School. We'll see you next Friday night. Please drive home safely.